Let us begin with a truth that will challenge everything you thought you knew about intelligence. The chimpanzee is not just our closest living relative, sharing over 98% of our DNA. It is a creature that has been observed using tools, waging war, forming political alliances, and even showing signs of culture. It is the only animal besides humans that has been documented hunting in coordinated groups, using spears to hunt smaller primates, and engaging in ritualistic displays of power. But here is the paradox that haunts every primatologist. The chimpanzee is also capable of incredible tenderness. It will groom its companions for hours, share food with the weak, adopt orphaned infants, and express grief over the death of a friend. It laughs when it plays. It hugs when it is scared. It seeks comfort when it is hurt. It is, in so many ways, a mirror of ourselves, a reflection of our best and worst qualities. And yet, this magnificent creature is disappearing, not because it cannot adapt, because of us, because of the forests we are burning, the bushmeat trade we are fueling, and the diseases we are spreading. The chimpanzee has walked this earth for over 6 million years. It has witnessed the rise of our species from small hairy apes to global dominators. It has taught us about our own nature, and now we are returning the favor by driving it to the edge of extinction. Today, we are telling the biography of the chimpanzee. Not one chimpanzee, but all chimpanzees, the 4 subspecies that still cling to existence in the shrinking forests of Africa. This is their story. The chimpanzee family, Pan troglodytes, shares a common ancestor with humans that lived approximately 6 to 8 million years ago. From that ancestor, the chimpanzee lineage evolved, adapting to the forests and savannas of Africa. Today, there are 4 recognized subspecies of chimpanzee. The western chimpanzee, Pan troglodytes verus, is the most endangered, with a population of fewer than 20,000 individuals scattered across West Africa, from Senegal to Ghana. It is the most genetically diverse of the subspecies. The Nigeria-Cameroon chimpanzee, Pan troglodytes elioti, is the most threatened, with only a few thousand individuals remaining in the forests of Nigeria and Cameroon. The central chimpanzee, Pan troglodytes troglodytes, is the most numerous, with an estimated 100,000 individuals living in the rainforests of Central Africa. The eastern chimpanzee, Pan troglodytes schweinfurthi, lives in the forests and savannas of East Africa, from Uganda to Tanzania. Despite their differences, all chimpanzees share a common set of features: a robust body, with males weighing up to 70 kilograms, about the size of a human adult; a prominent brow ridge, which gives them a distinctive, intense expression; large mobile ears, which they use to communicate and express emotions. Their bodies are covered in coarse black hair, which protects them from the sun and insects. They are primarily terrestrial, walking on all 4s using their knuckles, a form of locomotion known as knuckle walking. They are also capable of bipedal locomotion for short distances. Their arms are longer than their legs, enabling them to climb trees and swing from branches. Their hands are remarkably human-like, with opposable thumbs and a delicate sense of touch. They are diurnal, active during the day, and they build nests in trees each night to sleep. The chimpanzee is a master of his environment, but it is also a prisoner of it, dependent on the shrinking forests that are being cut down at an alarming rate. What defines a chimpanzee? Let us start with the body, because the chimpanzee's body is a monument to agility and intelligence. The chimpanzee is a medium-sized primate with males reaching up to 70 kilograms and standing about 1.2 meters tall when fully upright. Their muscles are incredibly dense, giving them a strength that is difficult to comprehend. A chimpanzee can pull with a force of over 200 kilograms, far more than even the strongest human. But this strength is not used for aggression. It is used for climbing, foraging, and the occasional display of dominance that is more about intimidation than actual violence. The chimpanzee's skull is moderate in size, with a prominent brow ridge that protects the eyes. Their teeth are large and sharp, designed for eating fruit, leaves, and insects. Their canine teeth are particularly large in males, used for display and fighting. Their eyes are dark and expressive, capable of conveying a range of emotions, from curiosity to fear, from anger to joy. Their ears are large and mobile, used for communication and emotional expression. Their sense of smell is also well developed, helping them locate food and detect predators. The chimpanzee's hands are remarkable in their similarity to human hands. They have opposable thumbs, allowing them to grasp objects with precision. They can peel fruit, strip leaves, and use tools with remarkable dexterity. Their feet are also similar to human feet, but with a larger, opposable big toe that helps them climb. As for the senses, chimpanzees have a keen sense of smell and hearing, but their vision is relatively poor compared to humans. They are not good at distinguishing colors, but they have excellent depth perception, which helps them navigate the forest canopy. The chimpanzee's brain is similar in structure to the human brain, though smaller in overall size. The chimpanzee brain weighs approximately 400 grams compared to the human brain's 1.4 kilograms. However, the chimpanzee brain has a similar level of organization, with well-developed frontal lobes associated with decision-making and social behavior. Chimpanzees are highly intelligent, capable of problem-solving, using tools, and communicating through a complex system of vocalizations, facial expressions, and body language. They can learn sign language and use symbols to communicate with humans, a fact that has revolutionized our understanding of animal intelligence. The chimpanzee's memory is also remarkable, with individuals able to recognize specific humans and remember interactions for years.
Now, let us talk about the chimpanzee's daily life and social structure. Because the chimpanzee is not a solitary wanderer. It is a deeply social animal living in large, fluid communities known as troops. A typical troop can consist of up to 100 individuals, though the core social unit is the smaller group of related females and their offspring. The troop is led by a dominant male, known as the alpha, who maintains his position through a combination of physical strength, political alliances, and social intelligence. The alpha is not a tyrant, he is a manager, mediating conflicts, maintaining order, and leading the group in foraging. The females in the troop are the core of the group's social life. They form strong bonds with each other, grooming, playing, and caring for each other's offspring. They also form strong bonds with the alpha, who serves as a protector and provider. The offspring are the center of attention. Chimpanzee infants are born weighing about 2 kilograms and are completely dependent on their mothers for the first few years of life. They cling to their mother's fur, nursing and sleeping, learning about the world. They are weaned at around 3 to 4 years old, but they remain close to their mothers for much longer. Males, in particular, may stay with their natal group for several years after reaching adolescence, learning from the alpha before striking out on their own. Chimpanzees communicate through a complex repertoire of vocalizations, including grunts, barks, screams, and hoots. They also use a variety of gestures, such as hand clapping, foot stomping, and branch shaking, to convey information. They have a rich system of facial expressions capable of conveying a wide range of emotions. The life of a chimpanzee is one of learning and social development. They learn from their mothers, from the alpha, and from other members of the group. They learn how to find food, how to use tools, how to interact with other chimpanzees, and how to respond to threats. This learning is cultural, passed down from generation to generation through observation and imitation.
The chimpanzee's diet is primarily frugivorous, consisting of fruit, leaves, nuts, seeds, and insects. They are also known to hunt small mammals, including monkeys, duikers, and bush pigs. This hunting is not opportunistic, it is coordinated, involving strategic planning and cooperation. Chimpanzees have been observed forming hunting parties, with individuals taking on specific roles, driving the prey, ambushing it, and delivering the killing bite. This is evidence of advanced cognitive abilities, including foresight, planning, and cooperation. Chimpanzees also use tools to forage. They use sticks to extract termites and ants from their nests, stones to crack nuts, and leaves to soak up water. They have been observed modifying tools, shaping them for specific tasks, evidence of advanced problem-solving abilities. This tool use is cultural, passed down from generation to generation. Different chimpanzee communities use different types of tools for different tasks, and these cultural practices are learned, not instinctive. The chimpanzees' foraging habits shape the forest ecosystem. They disperse seeds through their dung, promoting plant diversity and forest regeneration. They also create clearings and paths through the forest, which other animals use. Their hunting activities also help control the populations of other animals, maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Chimpanzees are ecological engineers, shaping the environment in ways that benefit many other species. Their relationship with their environment is not one of domination, it is one of coexistence. Reproduction is another critical aspect of the chimpanzee's life story. Chimpanzees have a relatively slow reproductive rate, which makes them vulnerable to population declines. Females reach sexual maturity at around 10 to 12 years of age, but they may not have their first offspring until they are 15 or 16 years old. The gestation period is approximately 8 months, similar to humans. The newborn is completely dependent on its mother, nursing and sleeping, carried on her body for the first few years. Male chimpanzees reach sexual maturity later, at around 12 to 15 years of age, but they do not become fully dominant alpha males until they are much older. The alpha is the only male who mates with the females in his group, though some groups may have multiple dominant males. Chimpanzees are also known to form strong bonds between mating partners. The alpha is often seen grooming and playing with his offspring, and he is deeply protective of them. The mother is the primary caregiver, but the alpha also plays an important role in the social development of the young. He is a model of leadership, strength, and protection. The chimpanzee's parental investment is high, with mothers carrying their young for years and teaching them the skills they need to survive. This long period of dependency is a hallmark of the chimpanzee's evolutionary strategy. It takes many years for a chimpanzee to reach sexual maturity, but the investment in each offspring ensures that the offspring has the best possible chance of survival. The bonds between chimpanzees are not just social, they are emotional. Chimpanzees have been observed demonstrating empathy, cooperation, and even altruism, They comfort distressed individuals, they share food, and they protect the weak. This is not just a collection of individuals, it is a family, bound by love and loyalty.
Now let us talk about the chimpanzee's daily struggle, because life for a chimpanzee is not a peaceful stroll through the forest. It is a constant battle against hunger, disease, and the encroachment of humans. Chimpanzees face a variety of natural predators, including leopards, pythons, and occasionally eagles. Leopards are the primary predator of chimpanzees, particularly young or weakened individuals. Chimpanzees have also been known to kill leopards in self-defense. The alpha is the primary protector of the group, and he will defend his family with his life. Chimpanzees also face natural threats from disease. They are susceptible to many of the same diseases that affect humans, including Ebola, respiratory infections, and intestinal parasites. Ebola has had a devastating impact on chimpanzee populations, wiping out entire communities in a single outbreak. It is believed that chimpanzees have contracted the virus from humans through contact with tourists, researchers, and poachers. In addition to natural threats, chimpanzees face the constant pressure of human encroachment. The forests where chimpanzees live are being cut down for agriculture, logging, and mining. This habitat loss is the most significant threat to chimpanzee populations. As their habitat shrinks, chimpanzees are forced into smaller and smaller areas, leading to increased competition for food and resources. They are also forced into closer contact with humans, which can lead to conflict. Chimpanzees raid crops, and humans sometimes kill chimpanzees in retaliation. The survival of chimpanzees depends on the preservation of their forest habitats and the success of conservation efforts. How is the chimpanzee useful to humans? Let us count the ways that are rarely acknowledged. First, ecosystem engineering. Chimpanzees are the gardeners of the forest. They spread seeds and create clearings that benefit many other species. They also help to control plant populations and maintain the balance of the forest ecosystem. Second, tourism. Chimpanzee watching is a multi-billion-dollar industry in the countries where chimpanzees live. Tourists come from all over the world to see these magnificent animals in their natural habitats, and the revenue generated supports local communities and conservation efforts. Third, scientific research. Chimpanzees are a window into our own evolutionary past. By studying chimpanzees, we can learn about the origins of human behavior, intelligence, and social structure. Chimpanzees have also been used in medical research, particularly in the study of diseases that affect primates. Fourth, cultural significance. Chimpanzees are central to the mythology and culture of many African peoples. They are seen as wise and powerful creatures, and their presence is deeply valued. The loss of chimpanzees would be not only an ecological tragedy, but also a cultural one. Now, what can humans learn from the chimpanzee? First, the power of intelligence. Chimpanzees are incredibly intelligent, capable of using tools, solving problems, and communicating through complex social networks. Humans should learn to use their intelligence wisely. Second, the importance of social bonds. Chimpanzees are deeply loyal to their social groups. They protect and care for each other. Human societies have become fragmented. The chimpanzee teaches us the value of community. Third, that leadership is service. The alpha does not dominate his group, he protects it. Human leaders should learn from this example. Fourth, that the natural world is sacred. Chimpanzees live in harmony with their environment. We cannot survive without the natural world.
Now let us talk about conservation, because the story of the chimpanzee is not over.
It is being written now by each of us. The Western chimpanzee is classified as critically endangered. The Nigeria-Cameroon chimpanzee is also critically endangered. The central chimpanzee is endangered, and the eastern chimpanzee is endangered. The primary threats to chimpanzee populations are habitat loss, poaching, disease, and human-wildlife conflict. There are solutions. Protected areas, including national parks and wildlife reserves, provide safe havens for chimpanzees. Anti-poaching patrols have been successful in reducing poaching. Vaccination programs have helped protect chimpanzees from disease. Community-based conservation, where local communities are involved in protecting chimpanzees, has also been successful. Education is key. People need to understand that chimpanzees are not enemies, they are essential partners in the health of the planet. The future of the chimpanzee depends on our choices today. We can continue down the path of destruction, or we can change course. We can choose to protect the chimpanzee, not because it is useful to us, but because it has a right to exist, because it is our cousin, because it is ancient, wise, and irreplaceable. And now, we come to the final truth. The chimpanzee has been on this planet for 6 million years. It has survived ice ages, volcanic eruptions, and the rise and fall of countless species. It was here when we were nothing more than small, fur-covered mammals. It has watched us evolve into the dominant force on the planet. And now, it is looking at us with those deep, intelligent eyes, and it is asking a question that we are too afraid to hear. What have you done with your power? We have the power to destroy the chimpanzee. We also have the power to save it. The choice is ours. Every time we look at a chimpanzee, we see a creature that is not so different from us. A creature that loves its children, protects its family, and grieves its dead. A creature that has lived in harmony with its environment for millions of years. A creature that teaches us what it means to be human. Because in the end, the chimpanzee is not just an animal, it is a mirror. It reflects our capacity for love, for memory, for grief, and for hope. It shows us who we are and who we could become. So let us protect the chimpanzee, not because it is useful, but because it is sacred, not because it is endangered, but because it is irreplaceable. Let us give the chimpanzee a future, not just for its sake, but for ours. Because a world without chimpanzees is a world without wonder, a world without wisdom, a world without memory. And that is a world we do not want to live in.